What's up guys, I'm Kada, and in this video I'll be doing a tier list for every single UR and SP memory in the game, including the ones from the JP server. Before we start, I also want to mention that I will be including the best SSR memories. Keep in mind that this is just my opinion. If you guys don't agree with something that I said in the video, leave it down in the comments what you guys disagree with. Okay, so we'll go by positions. The first one that I have here is the setters. I'll start with UR Kageyama. I think this memory belongs in A tier, because in order for you to activate this memory's effect, the setter that is holding it needs to have a dump attack, and most of the times you want your setter to set the outside hitters or even the middle, so I just think that there are better memories than this one. The next one I want to go with is Sugawara's SP memory, and it's A tier as well, because this memory is pretty weird. It has contradictory effects. The first off of it is that the more stamina you have, the stronger your spiker's spike will be. And the other half of it is that you want to lose stamina, so you're probably never getting 100% out of it. Next up, we got HAIKYU's UR memory. This one will be our first S tier. Right, so this memory boosts your serve, as well as awareness if you do a nice serve. And most of the setters in this game also have a good serve, so if it's basically any setter, even if your setter doesn't have like a perfect serve, it's still good, but obviously there are better options for those setters. Next one is Kema's SP memory, and it is another S tier. This memory is your go-to if you're playing receiving or blocking teams, because the conditions for this memory are really easy to activate, so it's just like a really good memory overall if you're playing receiving or blocking teams. Next one is Akashi's SP memory. This one is our first one in the niche tier, and this memory is really good if you're playing any of the two Bokutos. Obviously right now we only have the UR Bokuto, but in the future there will be another Bokuto. Next one is if you're going for the twins. Atsumu's memory is really good for him, but the reason that he's going for the niche tier is that you don't want your players to crit while using this memory, and obviously this memory is made for Atsumu. So if you have a setter other than Atsumu, I would suggest you go for other memory than this one. Now the SSR options for the setters, there are some that are good, but I'm gonna put right here the first one, Koganegawa's. Really good defensive memory that helps you with the blocks, and it also lowers your opponent's power spike. It's really good if you don't have any other memory, and you can also get it for free once you start a new account, so really good memory overall. And then the other one that I want to talk about is SSR's Akashi memory. This memory basically restores your stamina, and it's really good if you have characters / memories that help you enter Team Morale Awakening faster, and you don't really want to go for SP Akashi memory. Alright, so jumping over to the Wing Spikers, and I want to start with the one that is currently active, UR Bokuto's memory. This memory is insanely good. It's going straight up to the S tier, universal. You can use it in any Wing Spiker in the game. This memory boosts your power attack, and it also extends your Team Morale Awakening by 2 ball touches. So the Team Morale Awakening usually only lasts 6 ball touches, but with this memory equipped, you got 2 more ball touches. So that's really strong. Next up, we continue on Bokuto, this time with the SP one, and this one unfortunately is not as good as the last one. I think I will put it in the A tier. Alright, so this memory is good if you also have the one from UR Bokuto, because in order for you to get the most out of it, you need to be on the Team Morale Awakening and have 6 or more ball touches left on your Team Morale Awakening. So that's why this memory is kind of low, because it's kind of dependent on another memory, and if you don't have it, it's like not really worth it. And even if you have it, there are other Wing Spike memories that are better than this one. And speaking about better memories than this one, that memory is Korai's memory. It's going straight into the S tier. It's a really good memory overall. This memory buffs both your attack technique and defense technique. If you guys don't know, when something buffs your attack technique, it buffs your power attack, quick attack, serve, and set. And when it says defense technique, it buffs your block, receive, and save stats. This memory is good in any character because of that. And it also, when the user of this memory activates a skill or the ultimate, it buffs the main parameter by 2% up to 10 times. And if the play is perfect, you get an additional stack. So yeah, these two memories are your go-to memories for your wing spikers. Obviously, you can go with other options, but these ones are really strong. Talking about other options, we have Sakuza's memory. This one, we're going to A tier. It's still a good memory, don't get me wrong, because it has a really easy activation. So after the holder of this memory receives a serve, it increases his attack technique and spirit for 2 net crossings. And that's the problem. The problem that it only lasts 2 net crossings. And if you play on auto, the AI that is playing for you might not set the ball to the player that has those buffs. So that means that you're not taking full advantage of this memory. Now going over to the SSR options, I got 2 for you guys. The first one is Goshki's memory. I would say this memory is better than these 2, than Bokuto's memory and Sakuza's memory, just because it is so easy to activate the condition of this memory. So this memory increases your power attack by 20% by default, and while your team is under the Morale Awakening, you get another 32% power attack. So that means that this memory alone, when you're under the team Morale Awakening, you're getting 52% power attack on your wing spiker. And that's just crazy for an SSR memory. And then the next one that I want to mention is Gin's memory from Inarizaki. So this memory is not as good as Goshki's, but it's also really strong. So this memory increases your receiving by 20%. When this player receives a serve, it increases their power attack by 16%, lasting for 6 net crosses. So it's similar to Sakuza's memory, but the thing is that it lasts for longer. It also doesn't buff your other offensive stats, but honestly, lasting for longer is just, in my opinion, better than increasing all your stats because you're probably not using them. And also, when your receive is perfect, their next power attack will also be perfect. So really strong and easy to use. Right, going over to the middle blockers, I want to say that for the middle blocker position, I think it's pretty situational on what memory you should use. It's kind of dependent on which middle blocker you're using. The best option should be their own memory. So first one, Hinata's memory. This memory is a niche memory. So this memory is focused on attacking middle blockers. So it's good on Hinata or any other middle blockers that are attack oriented. If you want a middle blocker to block, then I would not suggest this one. I would suggest a memory that actually increases your block. Next one is Tsukishima's SP memory, and this one, unfortunately, I think is literally the worst memory from SP characters or UR characters in the game. This memory tries to be both offensive and defensive by increasing your quick attack and block. That part is kind of fine, but the other part of the memory is so stupid because it randomly applies a debuff on one of your opponents. And it's not even a good debuff. I don't know if I'm overreacting to this one, but like, I simply don't see how this memory would be picked over any other one. Like, sure, it gives you a good boost on your quick attack and a meaningful boost on your block, but it would be much better for you to use the SSR memory that I will recommend. I definitely want to hear your guys' opinion on this one, because I'm not quite like sure how to rank this one, because I feel like it could be good, but also it's kind of random, so I don't know. Alright, next one, we got Kuro's memory. So this one goes into the niche tier. It's really good for Kuro, because to activate this memories buff, you need to get a quick attack boost. Kuro, as of right now, is the only character that can do that. So yeah, you need to play Kuro to get 100% out of this memory. Then we got Kuro's SP memory, that I think is also in the niche tier. This memory just feels like it's totally for the SP Kuro, because as of right now, he's the only middle blocker that actually is good at playing at the back row. Then we got SP Aone memory, once again going right into the niche tier. So in order to activate this memories effect, the holder of this memory needs to participate in a 2 or 3 man block, and obviously SP Aone is really strong with this memory because he also has a skill that buffs him when he does a 2 or 3 man block. So yeah, another memory made for the actual character. And now that we are already used to it, Hirogami's memory will also go into the niche tier. This memory is handmade for Hirogami, since it requires a buff that until the day I'm recording this video, no other unit has. And then SSR options, I only have one, and it's Washu's memory, the middle walker from Fukurodani. This memory is really strong because it increases the block of the player by 24%, and if you block with the player that is holding this memory and the opponent's spike is critical, your block is guaranteed to also be critical. And if you do not know which middle blocker you'll be using in the long run, then I would suggest you just go for this memory because it will be good in everyone. Alright, so going over to the opposite hitters memories, let's start with Kunimi SP. And I think this memory will go into the niche tier, just because in order to get its full potential, the holder needs to have a way of recovering stamina. And obviously, for the opposite hitters, I think the only one that can do that is Kunimi. Next up, we got Shijima's memory. This one will obviously go into the universal tier. This memory can fit into any opposite hitter, since it increases awareness by 20%, and it can increase even more if you already have your player with a good stat of awareness. This memory is also good to use on Osamu, even though the twins benefit from not critting, since he turns his awareness into attack technique. So yeah, this is the best opposite memory in the game as of right now. And then we already talked a little bit about him, but Osamu's memory will go into the niche tier. It's a good memory for Osamu. These two memories are, to be fair, just that this memory, it increases quick attack, and Osamu is the only opposite hitter that uses quick attack. And for the SSR options, there aren't many. I would say that Kentaru's is the best one, just because like the other ones are not as good. Maybe Daichi's, but it's kind of okay, or if you play receiving team. But yeah, Kentaru's, it buffs your strength, and is a good memory for later down the set, since the condition only triggers when the opponent's stamina is below 60. It reduces their block by 16% for 3 net crosses, and this effect can only be activated once per set per member of the opponent's team. And finally, we have the Liberos memories. I want to start with SP Nishinoya's memory. This one is also going to the niche tier, and this memory is yet again another memory made for the character themselves, because in order for you to get 100% out of this memory, you need to use 2 ultimates in the same rally, and SP Nishinoya is the only character that can do that. Next one, here we got Komori's memory. It will be our last one in the universal tier. This memory is just overall great, since it increases your receive by 24%, and also when the holder receives, back row ally's defensive technique are increased, and if this player is on the court, when an ally activates a receive skill, that ally restores 2 stamina and gains 15% power attack / quick attack, lasting for 2 net crosses. So yeah, it's a really easy to activate memory, and it gives good buffs. And then the last memory that I want to talk about is from Fukurodani's Libero. This memory increases your receive and save by 16%, and if the holder of this memory receive or save is not bad, team morale increased by 10, and it also buffs next ally power spike by 10% of that ally power spike stat. If you use this memory with Bokuto's memory plus any of the 2 Akashi memories, it will be really strong. So all of you guys going for Fukurodani, these are the memories that you have to focus on. These other memories that are still here are nothing special. They can be used obviously, but I wouldn't go out of my way to get any of these. So that's all I wanted to say for today. As always, take care. Bye.